licensing mindset is how you think about your IP. And oftentimes, you know, one of the opportunities that presents itself can be there, but you can't see it. Especially if you own your own IP. If you have your own IP, oftentimes we get very focused on, I've invented a new widget that does this, a mousetrap that catches mice, or something that does a certain thing, or a service that's delivered in a certain way. And so you look at it with very tunnel vision. Yet oftentimes the opportunity for that IP exists beyond what you think it is, and it has applications that you don't even think of. And in the case of I'll use the case of toys as a perfect example. And here you see what's called the Super Soaker. This is a toy that sold hundreds of millions of dollars in revenue. Yet it wasn't invented as a toy. It was a heating pump. And the person who created it as a Super Soaker toy realized that there was an opportunity to take an IP and turn it into something else. And that's one of the things that gets very exciting and dynamic about intellectual property, is understanding that it can and often does take other forms beyond what you think it might be. And that's where the process of licensing really takes hold. You know, one of the things that I really learned, especially at the studios in doing all these licensing deals, is oftentimes when we would do licensing deals, there was all the standard array of categories that we would go after, the toys and the t-shirts and the hats. But I can't tell you how many people would walk through the door with some idea for a product or a knick-knack or a novelty that would just never even think of it in a million years. Okay? They would come from out of the blue. I remember the story of when I was licensing Power Rangers. Some guy walked through the door. They had a glove that made sounds when you moved it, and they had no idea what to do with it until the Power Rangers until the Power Rangers TV show came along. And in that TV show, what did you have? You had 6 kids that dressed up in costumes and wore gloves, and every time they moved their hands, they made the sound, wahoo, yahoo! Lo and behold, they had an opportunity for that invention, came in, got the license, and sold a gazillion dollars worth of a glove that made sound. And up until that point, they had no idea what to do with it, what application. This goes on over and over again. That's really what we're talking about. And when you think about the creativity and innovation that goes on, that's what it's all about, is throwing the box away. And oftentimes, you know, when you look around you, the hardest things to find are the things that are right in front of you.